Live from the channel's television global headquarters here in Lagos, Nigeria, watching Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwa, and today our focus would be on the southeastern region. But before we get into most of the stories coming in from that part of the country, let's have a snippet of our top stories making the rounds at the moment. The House of Reps Ad Hoc Committee and the Administrator of Rivers State, retired Vice Admiral Ibas, held a meeting this morning at the National Assembly. Journalists were excused during the closed-door meeting. The House is exercising its constitutional rights to take over the functions of the State Assembly. Vice Admiral Ibas apologized for not attending the previous meeting and requests for additional time to prepare to brief the committee. He adds that he is still settling down in his new role and appeals for the understanding of the committee. After the barely 1 hour meeting, the River State Administrator left without a comment. The priest in charge of St. Gerald's Kwasi Catholic Parish in Kauru local government area of Kaduna State, Reverend Father Ibrahim Amos, who was abducted by bandits on Thursday morning, has regained freedom. This was confirmed in a statement by the Chancellor of the Catholic Diocese of Kafanchan, Reverend Father Jacob Shanet. The statement reveals that the abducted priest was released by the abductors at about 10 p.m. yesterday. Reverend Father Shanet thanked security agencies and the public for their prayers and overwhelming show of concern following the priest's abduction. He described the love and prayers showed by the public as a testament to the fact that the Church was not alone in the struggle to respect and promote the dignity of human life. Reverend Father Ibrahim Amos was kidnapped from his residence at St. Gerald's Kwasi Catholic Church in Kauru local government area of Kaduna State in the early hours of Thursday morning. The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, will lead Nigeria's delegation to the burial of the Catholic Pontiff, Pope Francis, at the Vatican City tomorrow. Other members of the delegation are the Minister of State Foreign Affairs, Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu, President of the Catholic Bishop Conference of Nigeria, Lucius Ugoji, Archbishop of Sokoto Diocese, Matthew Kuka, and Archbishop of Abuja Diocese, Ignatius Kaigama. Pope Francis, the revered head of the Roman Catholic Church, died on Monday, April 21, 2025, just a day after appearing for Easter Sunday celebrations at the Vatican. The delegation will formally deliver a letter conveying President Tinubu's sympathy and condolences on Pope Francis' passing to the acting head of the Vatican. On Monday, President Tinubu joined the Catholic faithful and Christians worldwide to mourn the death of Pope Francis, who he described as a humble servant of God, a tireless champion of the poor, and a guiding light for millions. This is Newsroom Series Southeast Edition. We will have more tributes for Pope Francis as we turn our attention to Imo State, where Governor Hope Uzodinma has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to driving digital innovation and technological advancements as catalysts for economic growth and job creation in the state. Speaking at the 4th Artificial Intelligence and Robotics Summit, organized by the Nigeria Computer Society in Owerri, the Imo State capital, the governor emphasizes that his administration has made strategic investments in technology to enable the emergence of startups and a thriving homegrown innovation economy through the Imo Digital City. Our Imo State correspondent, Eitokwe Kutaye, reports.
Very much, Your Excellency.
It's the 4th Artificial Intelligence and Robotics Summit organized by the Nigerian Computer Society in Owerri, the Imo State capital. The summit attracts a diverse group of participants, including tech entrepreneurs, researchers, and policy experts who will share knowledge and explore innovations and develop strategies to harness artificial intelligence and robotics for inclusive socio-economic development.
Our aim is to provide a platform for stakeholders to explore the latest trend, innovation, and best practice in AI and robotics, with focus on strategies to drive socio-economic advancement and fostering digital inclusion.
In his keynote address, Governor Uzodinma highlights the achievements of his administration within the tech space, particularly the Scale Up Imo program, which has trained thousands of young people in cutting-edge digital skills.
We launched the Scale Up Imo program, which as I speak has trained over 40,000 young men and women. in frontier technological skills, including artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, cloud computing, and an additional 10,000 young men and women have just concluded their training and will graduate in a couple of days to come now.
He adds that the state is also supporting the digital ecosystem through the rollout of extensive fiber optic infrastructure and 5G broadband coverage across all 27 local government areas.
We are interested in establishing innovation labs and mentor our next generation of technology entrepreneurs so that we are not only creating jobs, we are creating those who will create jobs. So to support this ecosystem, we are rolling out extensive fiber optic infrastructure and 5G broadband access across all local government areas in the state.
The state government is optimistic that its digital innovation agenda and strategic investment in a technology-driven ecosystem will boost its fortunes and generate employment opportunities. Ejitope Kutai, Channels Television News.
And now to agriculture. As a way of supporting farmers and ensuring a more secure food supply, the federal government has commenced the distribution of agricultural inputs to over 2,000 farmers to enable them boost agricultural production for the year. The Farm Inputs Empowerment Program took place at Abakaliki, the Ebonyi state capital, known for its agricultural productivity, especially in rice and yams.
Constituents of Ebonyi North Senatorial District across social strata converge on Abakaliki to witness the distribution of various empowerment incentives, especially farm inputs to over 2,000 farmers in preparation for the 2025 farming season. Facilitated by the senator representing the area, Peter Onyekachinwe Ebonyi, inputs range from rice seedlings, fertilizers and herbicides to help sustain agricultural development and provide employment opportunity for the people. The Senate Deputy Chief Whip believes agriculture is the best way to redirect the economy of the state and the nation.
Our first address is agriculture. And like I said in the course of my opening remarks, Nigeria became giant of Africa through agriculture. But unfortunately, upon discovery of oil, we abandoned agriculture. Now that we are talking of diversifying our economy, the best alternative is agriculture and solid minerals. And that is why I've made it a point of duty that every year I should call on farmers to remember the need to go back to farm.
A representative of the Commissioner for Agriculture and Natural Resources, Mr. Fidelis Nwankwo, encourages beneficiaries to utilize the farm inputs.
I'm encouraging all the farmers to put these inputs into use so that by next time we'll gather, they will give us testimonies of the yield, because this is high yield rice variety and also the special selective and fertilizer. So we're encouraging you to put it into use. Don't sell it. Don't sell it. Put it into use.
One after the other, the beneficiaries are presented with farm inputs, sharing their optimism for a bumper harvest this year.
Very, very happy because they will be very useful to me. Unlike after when the farming season has elapsed and bring it will be useless here.
Last year, I didn't receive any farm input. I struggled to myself to get money and buy fertilizer. But before I could get money to buy fertilizer, it had been late hour. So this year I can able to plan it very well because I get it in time.
Beyond the farm inputs, 225 students from Ebonyi North Senatorial District, including Abakaliki, Izi, Ebonyi, and Hoku local government areas, are presented with scholarship award courtesy of Senator Ebonyi as part of the highlights of the event in Ebonyi State.
The dual carriageway infrastructure of the Governor Chukwuma Soludo administration in Nnewi is transforming the community, even though it comes with a price. However, against the rumors of people expressing bitterness over the demolition of obstructing structures, the people and residents of Nnewi hail Governor Soludo for remembering them and urge him now not to look back in the developmental strides, noting that for about 20 years, Nnewi, the business capital of Anambra State, remained underdeveloped until the present administration intervened with massive road construction among other projects.
After about 20 years of stagnation, the Nnewi community finally sees the light as Governor Chukwuma Soludo's dual carriageway project brings a new lease of life to the commercial hub of Anambra State. The dual carriageway project has a 370-meter spur and 3-span bridges across the Ulase River. This construction comes with heavy demolition of structures not within the right setbacks. Amidst the hue and cry by some affected individuals, the general populace hails the massive transformation the project has brought to the community.
The dualization of Nnewi Road, Owerri Road, and other roads ongoing in Nnewi will help to ease the movement of containers into Nnewi and from our warehouses to the various markets where we doing our business. So we are happy on what is going on.
Said demolition, but to me, there is ongoing development in Nnewi, and that is why every indigenous citizen of Nnewi, we are all clapping for Mr. Governor. We haven't seen it this way for past 15, 16, 20 years.
Others reiterate that notices about the construction requirements were sent out as early as November 2024, that structures must maintain a setback of 47 meters from the road's center line.
This building here belongs to our leader, Dim Chukwuemeka, let Dim Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. Yes. But notice was given to them, to our Nnewi people, last year, November. When you look at the fence, you find out that they went inside, they shifted inside since that November.
We are very happy. So we are not supporting anybody creating wrong narrative. For the past 16 years, Nnewi has been in the dark. No good road, no road, nothing. And all these things have not been given to us. So what reason do we have to complain again? Not even giving us road. We are talking about dual carriage road, which we never dream of in our life.
Members of the Tricycle Association also march to the Nnewi local government headquarters to register their support for Governor Chukwuma Soludo, urging him to continue beyond 4 years.
You're watching Newsroom series live on Channels Television. Still ahead, we'll bring you more stories on developments from Anambra State and an update on the Pope's burial. Stay with us. Welcome back. Ahead of the burial of the remains of Pope Francis in the Vatican City, the Catholic faithful in Anambra State have continued to mourn his passing, describing him in glowing terms. While Governor Chukwuma Soludo stands in solidarity with the global Catholic community during this period of mourning, says Pope Francis was a shepherd whose legacy transcended borders. The immediate past governor, Mr. Willie Obiano, recalls his personal encounter with the pontiff, noting his humility and affectionate nature.
Warm tributes have continued to pour in for the late head of the Catholic Church and sovereign of the Vatican City State, Pope Francis, from Catholic faithful in Anambra State, beginning with Governor Chukwuma Soludo, who joins the global Catholic community in mourning and celebrating the pontiff. In his tribute, Governor Soludo describes Pope Francis as a shepherd whose legacy transcended borders. His teachings on love, mercy, and solidarity touched base with the people of Anambra, inspiring the government to build a society rooted in dignity and hope. Indeed, the Holy Father's passing on Easter Monday A day symbolizing Christ's triumph over death is deeply instructive and a reflection of the enduring power of resurrection and hope. In his words, perhaps it's even more personal for the immediate past governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, who shares his close encounter with the Pope during his investiture as Knight Commander of the Pontifical Order of St. Gregory the Great in Rome, noting his simple, humble, and free demeanor.
On January the 14th, 2020, my family and I arrived at the Vatican for the conferment of Knight Commander of St. Gregory the Great, which took place on January the 15th. We stayed in the Pope's house. In the evening, during dinner, the Pope joined us for dinner. And after exchanging pleasantries, my son quickly rushed to him and requested to have a selfie with him. Surprisingly, the Pope agreed, pushed the table back, and took a selfie with my son. The next day, after the investiture as Knight Commander, the Pope gave us gifts of rosary, and I brought a gift of my own, a zuchetto for the Pope. When I gave the Pope the gift, he looked at it and checked inside, then removed the one he was wearing, put the one I gave him, and gave me the one he was wearing. You know, we were touched. We didn't know such a thing would happen. We treasured immensely this gift, and ever since it has adorned a pride of place in our family altar. Pope Francis is an embodiment of love, of affection, of warmth, of compassion, of inclusiveness, and of humility. We'll miss him very dearly.
Yet another former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, speaks of his own personal experiences with the late Pope, including his membership of Scholars, Occultentists, an international think tank founded by the Pontiff. Mr. Obi attended his line in state alongside global dignitaries. Tributes have also come from the Catholic Diocese of Ekulobia, which the late Pontiff created, starting with His Eminence, the Cardinal, and Bishop of the Diocese, who describes Pope Francis as a good shepherd.
We, members of the faithful, the cardinals, the bishops, the priests, and consecrated persons, but we take consolation in the fact that he lived a fulfilled life. He was a good shepherd, father of many, voice of the voiceless. His life was simplicity, joy, consolation, peace, justice, especially his humility. All these console us, give us joy that he lived a fulfilled life.
The priest and laity are not left out as they praise too, as they commend the reform the Pope brought to the church.
Psalm 116 verse 15 says, "Precious in the eyes of the Lord is the death of a saint." And having said that, we mourn his demise because we love him, but we have hope which he taught us as a good shepherd. In this year of Jubilee year, pilgrims of hope, we hope he will reach God's kingdom.
We really miss a shepherd that smelled the sheep, and with that, it's like a part of a brother diocese, because he's the one that created this diocese and gave us the cardinal. So that's why we are most affected. But you see, it's the will of God.
He lived to be 88. We thank God for that. It's a privileged age. And I would say as a pope, he did a lot too. One of the things he did was, in the spirit of synodality, he was trying to bring women along to the church. What I mean by bringing women along to the church, making the church to be actively inclusive of women.
The Catholic faithful say they are consoled by the fact that Pope Francis lived a fulfilled life, has served as a father to many, a good shepherd, and one who lived a humble life.
We pray his soul will continue to rest in peace. Over in Abia State, the state government has reiterated its commitment to preserving the state's rich cultural heritage, tourist attractions, and historical sites while promoting sustainable tourism development. Speaking during the 2025 Ekpo Noburo Festival at Etiti Abam Primary School, Atani Abam in Arochukwu local government, the Abia State Commissioner for Culture and Creative Economy, Dr. Matthew Ekuribe, said under Governor Oti's administration in Abia State, every sector is being given the needed attention.
Sons and daughters of Atam Abam turn up in large numbers in Atani Abam, Arochukwu local government area of the state to celebrate the 2025 Ebonyi Festival, themed Long May They Reign. The event, which also attracted captains of industries and political heavyweights across the state and beyond, features different displays showcasing the rich heritage and triumphs of their forebearers in their sea trading business of agriculture. Dignitaries at the event believe the partnership between the Abia State government and the organizers of the festival will advance tourism in Abia State.
Partnership between the Abam community, Unubiko Foundation and the Abia State government will advance tourism in Abia State. Of course, you know His Excellency Dr. Alex Oti is trying to develop all areas of our economy, and tourism is one of the areas of our economy that His Excellency is interested in. So this partnership aligns with His Excellency's objective.
Addressing the crowd, the state governor Alex Oti reminds the people that a society is dead and gone when it loses its traditions and culture. He encourages residents to take advantage of the planting season and see farming as a gateway to prosperity.
This speaks to our tradition and culture. And any society that loses its tradition and culture is gone. In those days, societies begin to die when they lose their tradition. They begin to go into bondage, into slavery. And I'm happy that Abam people did not forget from where they came.
Abia State has about 60 unknown heritage sites, and the state government believes there's a need to preserve them in order to increase internally generated revenue.
And that's where we draw the curtains on this edition of Newsroom series. Do have a profitable day.